Well, Friday night show over and done with. I didn't miss a cue or a line or anything. I did really well. There were people that flubbed up. We had a small but a very receptive audience, which was very nice. Like if they get the jokes that are in the play and they chuckle and stuff, it really makes a big difference. One girl in the play is supposed to jump up on a chair and act frightened. She did. She jumped up on a chair and whacked her knee into something, and her knee was bleeding and it was hurting like heck. Poor kid. She'll probably not be able to hop around on it tomorrow. I believe Ashley said that Brian and she are going to come Sunday, which leaves tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, and then next Friday, Saturday, 2 shows, and Sunday, and then that'll be over. One of the guys in the play that plays Titus, his name's Ralph. He gets to yell at me, and I told him, yell away, buddy, because I enjoy it. You know, with I'm supposed to stare off into space and like being non-responsive, and he's yelling right in my face. I love doing that. The audience it just makes them pay more attention. Yeah, I know how to hog the light, but anyway. He's having auditions. They're holding singing auditions for a Christmas program that's even closer to me. It's only 5 miles away instead of 14. And they only had one person audition. It was going to be Tony Bennett type music, but now they're thinking of like Doris Day type music, like easygoing and then Christmassy type stuff. And he said, why don't you show up Wednesday? You called and said you were going to, and I told him I kind of chickened out, and he says, well, come this Wednesday. You know, nothing ventured is nothing gained, right? So I have to figure out what to sing and find a karaoke version of it. And I said, well, how about, someone to watch over me? Or, he goes, well, that's kind of a slow song. Pick a song like that, and then pick a fast one. And it doesn't have to be in that time period. It can be any time period. It can be from a musical or whatever. And I thought, okay. So in my non-on-stage hours between now and Wednesday, I'll be trying to think of what to sing. I have a low register. I sing from tenor to alto. I don't really sing very high. So I'm not sure what there is. And then I don't really know too many songs. And I said, they were talking about songs from Guys and Dolls. And I said, oh, Bushel and a Peck. He goes, yeah, that's a good song. I said, can I sing it like Candy Clam? Because I told him about my character. I love you, a bushel and a peck. And he laughed about it. So, I don't know. Anyway, poor little kitty. He still has to eat in the shower because the ants are everywhere, and I need my glasses on to see them. They're so small. They're disgusting. And the stuff I have to spray down stinks. It's not harmful to cats, dogs, or children, but it just stinks. Hopefully they'll be gone this week sometime, maybe. I don't know. You can't leave any crumbs anywhere. As for dessert, I had some spaghetti carbonara, and then I had a little bowl of ice cream for dessert, and I set the empty bowl down on the little side table, and the kitty was on my lap, and the next thing I know, there's ants crawling all over it. Like, gosh darn it. So I have some things to take care of. I watched Spencer today a little bit. And he played some card games on my phone, and we watched Funny Animals on the TV, and read him a couple books, and he played the organ very nicely. No banging around on it this time. He's maturing. He played the demo button that plays the song that's already loaded in there. It's real fancy. And he goes, I like this song. I said, yeah, it's a good one. So, all in all, the day went pretty well. Surprised, but glad. Beginning of the weekend now, and I have a thought on President Trump was meeting with Vladimir Putin in Alaska, which he'll probably give back to Russia. I mean, it used to be Russia years ago, or part of it, and they didn't want it because it was too much trouble, and it was pretty much permafrost, and anyway, there was no interpreters. If it were up to me and I were in the FBI or whatever, I would have put a bug on him, in his collar or something. And then have a translator on the other end, listening and translating. This is bull crap. It's bullshit. No translators, meeting by themselves, doing this, doing that. He sure doesn't want the Jeffrey Epstein files open up on him. Putin probably doesn't care. He's having a great time leading Trump on by the nose. Oh, by the way, you know how you get crank calls sometimes. I look at the number, and usually they're from St. Louis area, the numbers, because they think I still live there, and I don't. This one was from Washington, D.C. So I answered it, and I said, "Hey, Donald, I've been waiting for your call." I said, "You know what you need? You need some good orthopedic shoes. I know you have a bad back just like I do, because the way you stand, I can tell." So you really, really should invest in orthopedic shoes. You're the president, you should have them. And talking like that for a minute, and then I said, "Well, I have to get ready to be in a play tonight, so you take care, and catch you later. Bye." I don't know who it was, and I tried looking up the number, and I think it said government, but who knows? Yeah, it's so wonky. And because I had a boyfriend that was really into World War II Nazi side, I know a lot about Nazis and their modus operandi, and Hitler and how he'd gone to art school, and he had certain styles that he could deal with, but he's trying to get rid of. Well, he didn't like Pablo Picasso, and he didn't like a few other guys, so he wouldn't allow their artwork. And then they banned books and everything. Trump's doing the same thing. And if you're one of those people that follow everything that comes out of that sphincter's mouth, please don't. I mean, if you believe in God, God made you with the brain. Use it. So we can all advance and go upward and onward.